Hello, and welcome to Innovated. It's been a while, and I'm sure that you've noticed that a lot of our videos have been taken down, and I'm here to kind of explain everything that's been going on. So, first of all, we were homeless and living in a vehicle for a while, and then the vehicle broke down, and then we were couch surfing, and we only just recently got our own place. So we basically didn't have like privacy to film anyways. So that's why our most recent uploads have not had our face in them. And we'll probably go back and re-release that music. What just says hi. We'll probably go back and re-release that music with an actual like semblance of a music video later on. But we wanted to come back to this account, and I wanted to explain a little bit about like why everything's been archived and all that. So we started this account when we were 16, or well, Alex did. And it was before we knew everything about how our system worked and the type of system we are and all of that, which I'll get into in a minute. But we shared a lot of things about the way our system works that we didn't realize how much personal information we were sharing. Because we basically realized that the more we learned about our system and our trauma, the more we realized that we were giving out too much information about like the way our system works and everything. And also, this might be weird, but I feel uncomfortable with having videos of us before we were 18 just like out. I don't know why, that's just a thing for me. A lot of us feel that way, and it makes me wish I had old YouTube passwords so I could take that stuff down. But so we are kind of just going to be redoing quite a few videos that we've made in the past with like less information, and also we're going to hopefully have like I just feel like a lot of the videos we did make we could do better and also keep the personal information out of them. And so I wanted to kind of start with just a reintroduction to like who we are as a collective, who's running this account, what's the vision for it. So our name, we have several names. The one people call us the most is Forest. The one we like the best is Astrofonko. And we are pretty blended right now. I can tell that Gray is around, but his voice is mixing with someone who has a higher voice, and we're not quite sure who it is. It's a little bit weird. We are a musician and a multimedia artist. If you can't tell by the tattoos, definitely a multi-instrumentalist. And we we are very passionate about a lot of things. We've recently rediscovered our love for reading, which has been incredible, honestly. We didn't realize how much we had missed reading until we started reading again. And we actually read 79 books in 2024. I can't say for sure that we will read that many this year, but it's possible that we'll still have a really high number of titles we've read. This year I'm also trying to read more books in Portuguese, so it might take us a little longer to get through some of those, so it might not be the same. We also really love the sciences. Different authors kind of have different preferences for which science, but in general we just like learning about them. We really enjoy alternative fashion, makeup, music. The vast majority of us consider ourselves to be goth, at least of the main fronters consider ourselves to be goth, but back when we were a teenager, before we had communication with ourselves, before we knew we were a system, we used to tell people that we were different subcultures all the time. So it would be like, I'm not goth, I'm emo. I'm not emo, I'm goth. And we would tell people, like, why are you still calling me this other subculture? Like, I've only ever been insert subculture. And they'd be like, well, last week you told me the opposite thing. So we typically just stick with the fact that we're alternative. And we love animals. Waja is our emotional support animal, and he is the best. And we've been working on a lot of creative projects. A lot of it's going to kind of take a long time to see the light of day, but there's some stuff we can start releasing. So we're going to be releasing some music, and we're going to be working on some other stuff throughout that will be released later. But for now, I'm just really excited to get back into this, because we have missed it, but our life had so much going on, there was no way to get things sorted enough that we could really do this. And we're on disability now, so that gives us more of an ability to focus on stuff. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for supporting us through all of the changes and everything. We do still want this to be an account where we are innovating the perception of DID and what people with DID can and can't do. And we'll have more videos probably talking about our comorbidities as well, because we were recently, well, I guess it wasn't super recent, but in 2024 we were hospitalized for psychosis due to our schizoaffective disorder. And so we'll probably be talking a bit about that, and we have quite a few videos we think that we could do. We're just going to be more conscientious of the details we share about our system now. We are still going to do a Meet the Alters video, but we're probably not going to talk about the way that our inner world is set up or anything like that. I know it's fascinating, and it's fascinating to us too, which is why we made those videos initially, but it just says too much about our specific, so we're a programmed system, which means that the way that our internal system is set up is comprised of a lot of layers, And by explaining the way our inner world looks and is set up, we're basically explaining the entire formation of those layers, which means that if someone with ill intentions were to watch that video, they could potentially get enough information in order to have easier access to us, to get us to go back to cults, because programming comes from organized abuse, and that's something we've experienced, and we just, knowing that we're finally safe fully now, I wouldn't want to risk getting pulled back into shit, so that's why we're being more careful. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We will definitely see you soon.